Hi everyone, let's talk about ReFloristation, which again is on Kickstarter right now, and you can click the link on the screen and go and check out the campaign page to see all of the details and see more of the final art and everything. So, what do I think? I think this is a great little card game. I've really enjoyed it. I've only had a chance to play it 3 or 4 times since it arrived because it's on now. This is a bit of an emergency video. It's on Kickstarter right now. Well, usually they're on Kickstarter right now, but usually I'm saying I've recorded them beforehand. You don't need to know that. Anyway, this is a really nice game. So the system, as it seems at first, is really simple. It's, Ticket to Ride style, where you can take the colours that you want, or you can take one wild card, or you can draw blind from the deck. But then you've got the added thing of being able to plant the flowers in front of you, which is really powerful, but it's adding delay, it's adding steps in the way of you fulfilling the orders. You can only do it once per day as well. You can only plant them once per day, and you only get 2 actions per day. So you may find that if you plant too much, time runs out, but it seems essential to do as well because it lets you do more orders in one go. With a hand limit of 8, you can't really do that many orders. You could maybe do 2 small orders in one go, but once you've got planted things, and maybe you've got the guy that lets you increase your hand limit, you will be able to do a lot of things in one great big go, which is really good. Getting the new orders is quite nice as well. It's a small display in a 2-player game, but if you played with more players, you would have bigger displays of the flowers and the orders, and they can kind of, you can see something perfect come up for you, and you might want to hold off just so you can get that big order of things that you've already planted. Or if you like to live dangerously, you can just draw from the order pad pile, and your reward for being happy with whatever comes is another flower from the top of the deck, and getting free flowers is always nice. And so yeah, the system itself is really simple, but it's got its own little twists and nice features. But on top of that, you've got a kind of micro Agricola thing of these staff cards. So they all do great things, and you will get in a competitive game, you will get a draft of 4 of these, and you'll get to play 3 of them. And they do things from giving you extra money if your orders have got certain things, or if you do repeat orders. One can give you 1 free delivery a day, which is a free action a day if you can deliver things, if you have the orders. Increase your hand limit, give you free flowers, let you plant wildflowers, count as an already planted red rose. There are so many different things. And the combination of getting these, working out how they work together, when you're going to bring them out, are you going to have the flowers available in your hand for the beginning of the week to be able to hire them? And are you going to be able to give those up? Do you want to give those up? Were they essential for an order? And is getting this staff member out so essential that you're going to give up, you're going to put yourself behind, and maybe even that was the last orchid in the deck. The deck's really low. We've got this huge discard pile. Maybe an orchid's not going to come out for the rest of the game. It's unlikely though. Anyway, so yeah, I think it's got some really nice systems going on in it. I've really been enjoying this game. It looks lovely as well. The finished art. I think I said in the playthrough that whenever you see those, they're more prototypes, but the finished art has all of the the Latin names and things and little descriptions, and is looking lovely. And you can see from the cover there as well. On top of that, I have found out from chatting to Paul, the designer, that there are some extra modes planned as well. So it says 1 to 5 players on the box, and you can see my other playthrough, if you haven't seen it, of the solo challenge mode. That is where instead of just getting 1 order, you start off with 10 orders. And there are difficulty levels. The higher the difficulty level, the more special orders you'll start with that are harder to do but are worth more money. And you need to basically do those 10 orders in the 15 days. You'll be able to score it if you want to, but the main task is, can you do it in time? Which, with too many special orders, you won't be able to. You also get to pick the staff members that you want as well. So if you have some favourites, or you think that if you get a ton of orders that need roses, maybe getting the one that counts as a planted red rose would be a good starter. But yeah, that's a nice little addition on top of that as well. Another mode is 2-player co-op, where you will, share staff members and be working together to try and do a certain number of orders before the time runs out. Really like the idea of putting co-op in any competitive game, just as not because I don't want to play competitive, but just as an extra mode. It's a great new dimension to experience games. So I really like the idea of putting cooperative in it as well, especially as a 2-player player. But yeah, so on top of those as well, there is a plan or an idea for a solo story mode, and this is the mode that I'm most excited about, because there will be a story that you're told, and based like the main story of the game is, you know, that this huge florist in town is shut down, and you know there has been a vacuum, so tons of florists have sprung up to try and fill it, and you know that's why we're trying to compete to be the best. So there will be a story that you'll read, and the story will tell you the staff members you're going to get for that month, which are story related as to why you get that. And so then you'll have to play through the months, satisfy some objectives to be able to complete the month, and when you do, you'll be able to keep one of those staff members that you like, and then you will be given 2 other staff members, say for February, that again are story related. And there will be story related things, you know, Paul didn't want to spoil me on what they would end up being, but say that a particular flower blooms in a particular month, well, maybe that flower is going to be really powerful that month and count for 2 or something like that. I'm just, you know, making up stuff. But yeah, that general idea where the story will dictate some of the rules in there, really, really like that idea. You know, in not long ago in Oh My Goods, the Longsdale in Revolt expansion, when that took that, it kept it competitive, but you were playing through a story and you were making choices and things in it. That was fantastic. And it was such an unexpected thing on top of that. And when he told me about the story mode in this, it was so unexpected, and I'm really, really excited about it. I hope it makes it into the game. And I've also, you know, put a word in for 2-player co-op as well, because that would be perfect for me. But solo story mode, 2-player story mode, I mean, not 2-player co-op, that's already an idea. But if you are interested in those modes and you want to see more of it, then head over to the campaign page. You know, say that you're a solo story fan or whatever. But I think that this is a great game just in its competitive form, and if it gets all of those modes as well, then even better, even more ways of playing it and different ways to experience it. I'm really, really enjoying ReFloristation. So that's it. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll see you for the next game. Bye.